Hello, my dear students. A pleasant good morning to you all. Hope all of you are keeping fine and doing well. Dear students, yesterday we had learned our Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 8. Hope you have understood the class and you also have made the homework. And I also had forwarded you the extract questions and answers. So as you get the time, please do complete your workbook, which is mandatory for all. Yes, dear students, thinking about today's class, let us move to the topic today. Today we are again learning Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 9. In this scene, today we will be learning text number 1 to 55. That is the text we are going to learn today. And this location of this particular scene is taking place in a room in Portia's house, and the characters present there are Nerissa. Who is Nerissa? The lady attender of Portia. Then our heroine Portia is there, and Aragon, Prince of Aragon, he is also there. Prince of Aragon is going to make his selection or the choice of the casket. And what is the context of this particular scene? The context of this particular scene is there. Prince of Aragon has arrived in Portia's house to make the choice of his casket. So that is the reason why he is here. It is a long scene. It will be concluded in 2 classes. Today we will be focusing our class from test number 1 to 55, where Prince of Aragon make the selection of his casket. Is it clear for you? Alright. So please take your textbook, open your textbook, have a pencil also with you, and as I explain the test, please do make your notes, write all those things so that you can just have a very close understanding of the book. Yes, dear students, moving to the class here, this is the last scene of Act 2, Scene 9. The scene shifts to Portia's house at Belmont, where the Prince of Aragon makes his choice of the caskets. I have already told you that one. He selects the silver casket which contains an idiot's head. So from the introduction itself, you have understood that which box is selected by our Prince of Aragon and what is the reward that he gets. He gets a blinking idiot's head. Silver stands for conceit, vanity and self-deception. What is conceit? Hiddenness. Conceit means hiding the things that are not revealed to all. Then vanity. What is vanity? Vanity is things that will not last for a long time, disappears very fast. Vanity, the things which may not remain for a long time. And self-deception. Self-deception means deceiving oneself. These are the character traits of silver color or silver caskets. All the 3 traits of Aragon's personality, and all these 3 things we find in the personality of Aragon. What are they? Conceit, vanity and self-deception. Portia is quite relieved as Aragon departs. Now after the failure, as the terms and conditions, Aragon also returns from the place and she is so happy. She is then informed of the arrival of a Venetian suitor. Who is this Venetian suitor? Already he has set sail. Bassanio. And who is coming with him? Come on. Gratiano. Yes. Nerissa prays that the new suitor should be Bassanio. Thus ends the second act with the anticipation of the fulfillment of the lottery of the caskets. Okay. Now let us see. Belmont, a room in Portia's house, and Nerissa with a servant. Nerissa is just telling to her servant, Quick, I pray thee, draw the curtain straight. The prince of arrogant hath done his oath, and comes to his election presently. So, Narisa is just giving orders to the servant to set apart the curtain, pull away the curtain, so that Prince of Arrogant could come and make his selection of the casket. Quick, speed up, I pray thee, draw the curtain straight. Straight means at once, pull the curtain at once. The Prince of Arrogant has, H-A-T-H, hath means has, then his oath means what? The promise, the three terms and conditions, the oath, and it comes to his election presently. So quickly he will be coming to make the choice of the selection of the casket. So please set apart the curtain, straight, pull the curtain away. Flourish of corners, enter the Prince of Arrogant, Portia and their train. So as they hear the music, the Turahi, then they all come for the selection. Portia, behold, there stand the caskets. Behold, look at, those are the caskets, noble prince. If you choose that wherein I am contained, if you choose the casket in which my picture is there contained, straight shall our nuptial rites be solemnized. What is nuptial rites? Marriage ceremony. So if you make the right selection of the casket, immediately our marriage ceremony will be held. Our marriage will be solemnized. Nuptial ceremony. Please note, nuptial means another synonym for marriage. Our nuptial rites be solemnized. Solemnized means blessed, performed. But if you fail, without more speech, my lord, you must be gone from hence immediately. But in case you fail, in case you made the wrong choice without any speech, just keep quiet and vacate the place. Arrogant. I am enjoined by oath to observe three things. Enjoined means bound. You are bound by. Arrogant and all other suitors were enjoined, bound by three conditions. If you have not understood those three conditions, please once again, here they are, please underline. First, never to unfold to anyone which casket was I chose. That is first condition. Never reveal to anyone which casket I had chosen. Never reveal the content or the secret of the casket. If I fail of the right casket, never in my life to woo a maid in way of marriage. If I fail, then never in my life ask a lady or talk to a lady in terms of marriage. And lastly, if I do fail in fortune of my choice, immediately to leave you and be gone. So these are the three terms and conditions that all suitors and our arrogant is also asked to follow. So please remember what are those three conditions which all the suitors need to observe. Never reveal the secret of the casket or tell anyone that which casket he had selected. Second one, yes, in case of failure, wrong selection of the casket, never ask a lady in terms of marriage. Third one, if failed, then without any speech, immediately vacate the place, go away from those places. These are the three terms and conditions that all the suitors need to take or follow in their life. Portia, to these injunctions here means not the sui, okay, injection, that is injunctions. To these instructions, see, already meaning is conditions. To these conditions, everyone doth swear that comes to hazard for my worthless self. Means, see, to these conditions, all those who are supposed to follow, all the people are supposed to follow who comes in search of my worthless self. What is the meaning of worthless? Ayogya. Layak, na layak, yes. Worthless. So Portia, after having this many things, this many good qualities, this many things in her life, she considers herself as a worthless person. It shows her simplicity. It shows her humility. Yes, this is what we all need to adopt in our life, in our life also. We may have so many things in our life, yet just understand those things are just a gift given by God to us. Just to use that. So Portia says that to these injunctions means to these conditions, all the people are supposed to follow who come to hazard my worthless self. That comes to hazard for my worthless self. Arrogant. And so have I addressed me. Same way, I too address myself as a worthless person. And so have I addressed me. Same way, I too address myself as a worthless person. Fortune now to my heart's hope. Let fortune, may fortune now favor the hopes of my heart. What is the hope of our arrogant heart? The hope of getting married to Portia. Let God's fortune fulfill the desire of my heart. Arrogant. And so have I dressed fortune now to my heart's hope. Gold, silver, and base lead. Now, Prince of Arrogant is going to interpret the writings that is written on the caskets. Now, who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. He begins with lead casket. On the lead casket, it was written that who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath, all the things that he has. Yes, you shall look fairer ere I give or hazard. You shall look beautiful, because of all these three caskets, lead was looking uglier. It was not looking attractive. So, looking at this box, casket, lead casket, and the things that is written there, Prince of Arrogance says that before I give you anything or risk anything on you, first you go and look beautiful or fair, then I will think of giving you something. You shall look fairer, or means E-R-E, or means before I give or hazard. Before I give you anything or risk anything on you, first you go and appear yourself fair and beautiful. Now, so immediately he rejects the lead casket. Alright, so first impression, he rejected the lead casket. Now what says the golden chest? Let me see. Now what you are saying? What says thou? What is that? Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. Yes. Who chooseth me shall get what many men desire. Where it is written? Where it is written? Golden casket. What many men desire, that may be meant by the full multitude. He says that meaning is many men means many. It is referring to fool's multitude. Congregation. Multitude means a large congregation, large group of people. But men desire that many may be meant, meaning of many, by the full multitude that choose by show, not learning more than the fond I doth teach. That means it is just like the fools who make a selection, make a choice of something based on the external appearance. They are simply fools multitude. Yes, by the full multitude that choose by show, not learning more than the fond I doth teach. Which prize not the interior, prize not means the value not the interior thing, the things that are inside, but like the martlet is a silly bird, a stupid bird, builds in the weather on the outward wall, even in the fords and road of casualty. So, this fool's multitude is compared to a bird called martlet, which makes her nest on the open road to casualty, open road of casualty, on the outer wall of the things of the wall. They make its nest, which can be easily destroyed. Thus, the people who make the selection of the casket based on the external appearance, they are fools, multitudes. They don't think what is the value hidden inside. Same way, Arrogant says that the people who make the selection in this way can be compared to a foolish bird which makes its nest on the open wall or on the very path of danger. Let us see the explanation that is given there. Reference number 28, please look at. Price not, does not look more closely for the deeper meaning of anything. Martlet, the house martin, a bird which builds a nest of mud in the open air, whether on the outer walls of houses. Even casualty, open to disaster and the very path of danger. Now look at the text once again, 25 onwards. After reading the inscription written on the golden casket, Prince of Arrogance says that what many men desire, that many may be meant by the fool multitude. Fool multitude is the word many may refer to the foolish masses that choose by show, not learning more than the fond I teach, the very I teach doth teach, which prize not the interior, but like the martlet builds in the weather on the outward wall, even in the force and road of casualty. I will not choose what many men desire. No, I don't want to choose what many men desire. What is the desire of many men? Almost all men want to get married to Portia. I don't want to make this selection of my selection that is made by fool's multitude, because I will not jump with common spirit. No, I don't want to go along with the common spirit, common people, and make myself a barbarous one. Yes, and rank me with the barbarous multitude. Barbarous multitude means uncivilized, uneducated people. I don't want to include myself into the company of fool's multitude. Why then do thou now so ask? Now you have got the reason why Prince of Arrogance rejected golden casket. The reason is that he felt that there are many, that means fools multitude, who just make a selection based on the external appearance. Thus Prince of Arrogance did not want to consider go along with the company of common man, common spirit, so he rejects. Now he slowly goes to the silver casket, the final one. Why then to thee, thou silver treasure house? What are you saying, you silver treasure house? Tell me once more what title thou dost bear. What is your title? Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. Who chooseth me shall get as much as many men desire. As much as he desire. Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. And well said too. And here in these writings, our arrogant gets so much influence. So he is almost making a good interpretation here. Let us see. Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. And well said too. For who shall go about to cozen fortune and be honorable without the stamp of merit? That means who will go about trying to cheat fortune and be honorable if he has no merit? That means every person in his or her life should go for a thing if he really deserves. And means if he or she really feels that they deserve the things in their life, then you go. Otherwise, don't go. So, Prince of Arrogance feels so much good about this sentence, and he says, who will go about trying to cheat fortune? That means we shall go about to cousin fortune, to cheat. Cousin means to cheat the fortune and be honorable without the stamp of merit, without the real quality or qualification in life. Let none pursue. Let none pursue means aspire. Let no one desire to wear an undeserved dignity. Let no person aspire, pursue to wear an undeserved dignity. And means undeserved dignity means if the dignity that you are supposed to get, that should be really. See, for example, if you feel that you don't deserve that one, then don't try to get that one in your life. That's a good statement actually Arrogant is saying, to wear an undeserved dignity. Then he again makes, oh, that estates, degrees and offices were not derived corruptly. See, again he wishes, oh my goodness, that estates, that is prosperity of property, degrees, qualifications and jobs, offices were not derived corruptly. In this world, what happens? Even if you are not really qualified, simply people try to get that one in his or her life, and more than that, what is that? These people are there in power and position. That should not be there. Then were not derived corruptly, and that clear honor were purchased by the merits of the wearer. And the real job, the position of a person should be really based on the qualification that a particular person possesses in his or her life. For example, you see, in our country, so many ministers are there in power and position. What is the real qualification of those ministers? Education minister, no proper qualification or duplicate certificate. A person who is in high power and authority with fake certificate, farjiwala. Yes, you may have heard so many examples of farji doctors, fake doctors, compounders. One day they begin to start the treatment, isn't it? Now, if we just make a real inquiry about them, we will come to know that they have no real qualification. Same is the condition with those ministers who are in high power and position. But under this 10th failed minister, so many well-qualified, well-talented people are working. IAS, IPS officers are working. Instead of these ministers, those officers who are working under these politicians, they should be given the power and position. Then the society will change. Yes, we are purchased by the merit of the wearer. How many then should cover that stand bare? In that case, how many people who stand then should cover that stand bare? Look at that means reference number 43. One who holds the titles. Reference is to the custom according to which members of different ranks or distinctive robes keep their heads covered. To remain covered is to show superiority or rank, while the inferior must remove his cap and stand bareheaded. In this case, what Arrogant is saying that the people, those who stand without covering their head, they are considered like inferior. But though they are inferior, extremely qualified than those superiors who stand with covering their head, who are in high position, power and rank. Those things should be removed. Were not derived corruptly, and that clear honor were purchased by the merit of the wearer. How many then should cover that stand bare? How many be commanded that command? Now there are so many people who give orders and commands to others. But if they are asked to follow the commandments, they may not obey. They may not be following those commands. That means commanded the people. How many be commanded that command? Commanded that command. Look at again the meaning. 45. How many would have to obey orders, be commanded, who are now giving orders? The people, those who give order or command, they are supposed to follow the instructions. Yes, again, then how many be commanded that command? How much low peasantry would then be gleaned? Low peasantry. How much low peasantry, peasantry that is related to the farming, would then be gleaned from the treasured seed of honor, and how much honor picked from the chaff and ruin of the times to be new varnished. Now again he says that, see, in the Middle Ages, look at reference number 46, in the Middle Ages there were two classes of people, the upper class of nobility and who were men of honor, and the lower class who were base cultivators of the soil, low peasantry. Glean, to collect grain left behind after crops. Those really qualified, there are some well qualified people in the low class, but unfortunately because of their social separation, class distinction, means these people are forced to work. But he is saying that how many of those who belong to the lower class could be picked out from the true sons of nobility? Really speaking, there are so many well qualified people in the low peasantry, that means in the low class, who are to be selected or placed in various offices, jobs and ranking. Then they will be performing much more better way than the high class people. Yes. How much low peasantry would then be gleaned from the true seed of honor, and how much honor picked from the chaff and ruin of the times to be new varnished. Look at how much truly honorable could be sorted out from the modern rubbish to be given its original splendor. But so he's saying that there are so many people who are considered as low class people, yet they are very well qualified. Actually, they should be selected and given the power and position to those people who serve the country, serve the community with no qualification at all. So to be varnished. Well, but to my choice, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. I will assume desert. Desert means I will claim to be deserving. So finally, Prince of Aragon feels that he deserves Portia in his life. Give me a key to this. Give me a key of this one, and presently unlock my fortune, please. So after various interpretations, Prince of Aragon made the final selection of the casket, that is silver casket, and he asks for the key, Portia. He opens the silver casket, Portia. Too long he opens the caskets, and he is waiting there. So seeing this wait, Portia says that, too long a pause for that which you find there. Why are you pausing for a long time for the thing that you have found in that casket? Aragon. What is here? The portrait of a blinking idiot presenting me a schedule. What is the gift? I have received a blinking idiot's head and also presenting me a schedule. I will read it. how much unlike art thou to Portia. I will read this chart, scroll, to understand how much I am different from Portia, how much difference is there between Portia and myself. Yes, how much unlike art thou to Portia, how much unlike my hopes and my deservings. How much is my hope and how much is my deserving? That is, who chooseth me shall have as much as he deserves. Did I deserve no more than a fool's son? Did I deserve only this fool's head? Is that my prize? Are my desires no better as my desires not better than this fool's head? Portia, to offend and judge are distinct officers and of opposed nature. To make a mistake and a judgment, these things are done by two different people. Isn't it? Yes, these two are done by different people. The Portia says to offend, to make a mistake and just giving this one judgment are distinct officers. To offend and judge are distinct officers and of opposed nature, of different type of things. Yes, dear students, we stop here and we continue our next class. Just with one more class, we will wind up this entire act. Now, please remember, these are the things that we have already learned. Act 2, Scene 9, where Prince of Aragon makes the selection. He just makes the interpretation. He simply rejects the silver casket, golden casket and lead casket, and he was so much attracted by the writings of silver caskets, and he makes the final selection. And what he got a blinking idiot's head with a schedule or a schedule written in it. Okay, please your homework. Write the summary of this particular class in your own words, 4 to 5 sentences. Question number 2. What are the reasons why Prince of Aragon rejected lead casket and golden casket? Clear for you. And what made him to select the silver casket? Give the reason why Prince of Aragon rejected lead casket, golden casket, and what made him to select the silver casket. Hope the class is clear for you. Interpretation, explanation is clear for you. If you have any clarifications, please feel free to contact me. I will get in touch with you all. Until we meet again with our next video class, please take care, stay home, stay protected, complete your homework. Thank you very much.